Oh,
isn't it?
oh, the screen is trashed.
I'm so sorry.
And I can't move anything.
Say good morning.
Hi, how are you? It's the Todd and Erin Morning stream. I think it's important that I point this out. Today there'll be things that are inspirational. There'll be some relative knowledge and maybe some humor. You're not going to get that here, but hopefully that'll happen to you today at some point.
That's inspiring. There's the beginning we hoped for.
Truth hurts. All right.
Okay, what was this about a bear footprint?
Oh, you just gave it away.
Well, that's what you said.
All right, don't do it yet.
All right.
So, I can't believe you just did that. Ouch. And I loved and married you. So anyway, in Utah, tell me some signs of spring. Stop it. Tell me some signs of spring.
The crocuses.
Right? The croci.
The croci.
What else?
There's piles of dog poop in our backyard because we haven't shoveled it all winter. There's that.
Robins.
That's true also.
The leaves start coming out.
Uh-huh.
Those are the signs of spring in Utah. My sister, my dear sister Jennifer, and my nieces Stephanie
And Mary Beth.
and Mary Beth, Stephanie sent me a photo. This is the sign of spring in New Hampshire.
Oh, that's good. He's going after the beehive again, isn't he?
Spring has woke up the bears, and that is the sign of spring. So we're
Wow.
according to the gait stride, we figure it's about a 550-pound black bear.
That's not scary at all.
Yeah, it makes the Easter egg hunt go really fast.
Yeah,
Right?
and Todd's sister Jennifer's totally intrepid, so she has this working farm and she has these beehives, and they cannot find enough electrical line to discourage the bears from attacking the poor beehives.
That's what you want to do is tick off a bear.
Yeah, so now
Yeah.
it's going to be electrocuted and pissed off, so that's going to be great.
Right. Well, you hang bacon on the live wire just to taunt it, bring it in, and teach it a lesson. And then basically the bear comes back the next day with a bear friend. He throws him on the fence and then goes in and gets the food anyway. It's just sad, isn't it? I'm so excited about this, too.
Okay.
The morning mountain cam. Let's
This
go.
has been very meaningful for you, hasn't
and
it?
now it's been put on top of a pole. You can see here. It's been put on top of a pole, and we can actually, there it is.
Look how
at it.
pretty.
And do you notice something?
What?
See, it's moving, right?
Oh, wow.
I
Is this
did
one of those cool new apps where you do it on your cell phone and then you can just move it around with a toggle?
No, that's Steve. He's up
Oh.
on the tower with the camera.
Is it cold up there, Steve?
It must be. And so, look at that. There's the golf
That's
course.
some really smooth action, though, you have to admit.
Yeah.
Sorry you're so chilly, Steve.
It's really cold up there still at this point. But there it is, the
Wow.
live action morning cam on GibHeartDaily.com.
Okay, well, that's exciting.
All right, let's get down to it.
All right, the
United.
United thing is just getting. Every time you think it can't get worse, it just becomes more and more awful. They had a team of lawyers on who were talking about whether or not it was actually legal to throw Dr. Dow off the plane, and they're like, no, it's actually not. You have to be in the terminal, in the concourse. Once you're seated, there's no legal precedent for you.
So what is that?
thrown out.
9/10 of the law is possession of your butt in a seat, right?
Well, nonetheless, it does literally in there. And here's another interesting thing. The 4 crew members were members of Republic Airlines, which is actually just a separate airline that has sort of a reciprocal agreement with United.
You mean with security?
No, with flying back and forth to different places.
Oh.
They hadn't purchased any tickets, and they actually, all 4 of them showed up at the counter after
Oh.
everybody was seated and said, oh, we need some seats to get down there. So it's like, well, dudes, you just barely showed up? No. Get in. It's like a 5-hour drive. They could have just sent them there.
So one of the big problems is the CEO explained this, the first contact he had with his people. He says, hi, folks. And he went through and he put all the blame on the doctor.
Oscar
who
Munoz said
was
that he was
dragged out.
Yeah, belligerent and that he was threatening crew members, and everyone's like, no, I got a camera video of it. There was none of that
Then
going
he
on.
came out and he doubled down on it and saying it was the guy's fault.
Dude, and then after they lost $1 billion in stock value
Seriously.
yesterday, $1 billion.
Someone came up to the CEO and went like this, apologize, which he then turned and apologized from his heart. $1 billion worth.
Yeah, that would hit my heart pretty hard.
In China, they're very active in China, United Airlines.
Yeah, and they were very upset. There was a lot of the political leaders there, and a lot of the social commentators were going, why was it an Asian doctor that got beaten? And there was a lot of allegations.
It's bad enough as it is.
Well, no, there's a lot of allegations.
Let's get down to this.
And it was pretty sad. So, in any case, whatever you look at, it's a mess.
It's a mess.
And they're still $1 billion behind in United. So
it doesn't matter what happens now. United is screwed for at least a year, maybe a year and a half.
I'll never fly them again. Ever. I mean, I won't. From something like that, I think a lot of people will feel that way.
Those new slogans are just...
You're ready to pull some up again because they're awesome.
If you have them.
I will.
Because it's the only airline with Fight Club.
Now, you were telling me, though, that there was actually something much better, that there was an airline that was actually showing maybe perhaps the right way to do things.
Oh, yeah. There was it doesn't matter. You can't see it. Go to our Facebook page and you'll see it's highly disturbing. So let's say how much did they offer to get off the plane?
I believe they capped out at 800.
Right.
And there were a couple of passengers who they have on video saying, "Well, I'll do it for 16," and the flight attendant actually laughed in their face, which is
$1,600.
not a good sign.
A mere pocket change to what Delta did.
What did Delta do?
Come here. Look at this. Delta offered someone $11,000 worth of couponing to get off a plane. And the lady went, yeah. So she got off the plane. There's family trip. There's 3 of them. Mm-hmm. And they said, we can rearrange all of this. And she said, I'll do it, but this is what I want. Now demanding on top of $11,000.
She wanted more?
No, she said, this is what I want. I don't want coupons or vouchers for your airline. I want Visa gift cards.
Good girl.
Because they don't expire.
Good girl.
You can spend them just about everywhere. And it was brilliant.
Good for her.
And
seriously, that's genius.
They spent 2 days at the airport, $11,000.
Okay. You can buy a lot of stuff in the gift shop for $11,000.
And then reconnected to her flight plans for her vacation, and all was good. And she got to have caviar every time she wanted.
Wow.
$11,000 versus...
getting pulled off a plane kicking and screaming and bleeding.
$11,000 not equal to losing how much on the stock exchange?
$1 billion. Billion.
There's a better way to do this, people.
That was just a whole plethora of just not thinking things through. But let's move on to something more cheerful, something happier. How about our sweet little April? Because I can't help but feel that by now this poor little thing is probably in labor. They say that her udders have filled.
Yeah, whatever.
We're talking, of course, about April the pregnant giraffe.
I haven't seen this yet. Go ahead.
Wildlife Sanctuary, Toys R Us, you are getting so much bang for your buck. Is that her? Oh, look, she's talking to one of the other girls going, my ankles are swollen.
Oh, there's a guy.
I can't believe how uncomfortable I feel right now.
He's throwing stuff at
and that guy keeps throwing balls like I'm going to run and catch it at this point. Honey, I don't think my udders have ever been this sore. I just like to think that's how she's talking.
She's an annoying voice. I don't think she's
it's very high. Her vocal cords are stretched. So you can see why that would happen.
She's not even pregnant, really.
How are you feeling about not smoking, by the way? I am really proud of you. By the way, Todd stopped smoking, and he's awesome.
Why? Okay,
he doesn't cheat. He just stops.
Let's make a list of things why I smoke. I'm an idiot. There you go. Why did I quit smoking? Every reason you can think of, plus 6 more you haven't even thought of. How many days?
You're on your 6th day now. You're almost to this will actually be your 6th day, so it'll be a full week tomorrow morning. I am so proud of you.
And the problem I have now, because I smoked for a long time, don't do it, is I have to develop a new laugh.
Because the other one where you'd start laughing and then you'd wheeze and end up in a cough.
If you know a smoker, there is that thing where it's like you have a reserved laugh because if you really give a guffaw, you go into a choking fit and then someone has to do the Heimlich on you.
And then you start coughing things up like, a cat with a fur ball.
So I don't know, I have to find my laugh again. Because usually it would be like, ha 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 ha. And now it's like, whoa! Not that one, because that's really annoying. But I have to see you have a laugh. I have to find my laugh again.
That is one thing I had never thought of. The one thing I will miss, the only way I could ever find you was like almost like chipping your dog. I could find him anywhere within a 50-mile radius because you would hear his smoker's hack. You'd be like, I'm like, okay, there's Todd. He's in the living room. But now he's like stealthy. He can creep up on you.
Now I'm a ninja husband. she doesn't stand a chance.
And that is a problem because he has a lot of irritating habits when he sneaks up on
do.
you. There's pinching. So
And coming up, some reactions of Orrin Hatch running again at 82.
and he's pondering that, and there's some questions about John Huntsman's son maybe running against him.
And sea monkeys, and that's all coming up next.
Okay, it's right after Daisy. She's in the Gephardt Daily newsroom right now. It's brought to you by Columbus Travel. Columbus Travel having their big April sale. You can save hundreds of dollars off your vacation. Go to columbusvacations.com. Also by our dear friend March at Executive Transportation, the official limo service for the Todd and Erin show. A discreet professional service to the airport or an exciting night out. Just go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing, whatever you have managed to break, John can fix it. And there's also 24-hour emergency service. If you're thinking about your swamp cooler, air conditioner, or sprinklers right now, it would be a very good time to call. AllUtahPlumbing.com. Daisy, what's going on today?
Hello everyone, here's what's making news Wednesday on GephartDaily.com. The search for a missing Saratoga Springs hiker has come to a tragic end. The body of 28-year-old Benjamin Kreitzer was discovered by family members Tuesday afternoon about a mile up Ferguson Canyon. Police say Kreitzer was in an area a couple of hundred yards from the nearest trailhead and appears to have died in a fall. Search and rescue teams had been looking for Kreitzer since he was first reported missing late last week. And a 22-year-old American Fork man has died after falling from a 400-foot cliff in Dead Horse State Park Sunday. The San Juan County Sheriff's Office says Gary Nathan Abbott was camping with friends at the time of the accident. How he fell has yet to be determined. Senator Bernie Sanders is coming to Utah. The firebrand politician will be featured speaker at Democrats' Come Together and Fight Back tour. He'll be joined by new Democratic Party chairman Tom Perez. Organizers say the two are looking for a venue large enough to hold Bernie's supporters. In the last two visits, he attracted thousands to This Is the Place Heritage Park and West High School. And now a quick look at Wednesday weather, where we'll see temperatures in the ballpark of 70 degrees under mostly sunny skies. Thursday's highs will be in the upper 70s. If we close our eyes and click our heels, we might even hit 80. Wouldn't that be lovely? That's it for now. More headlines 24/7 on GephartDaily.com.
All right, if you like plumbing, no one likes plumbing. They don't like plumbing. The only time you notice plumbing is when it breaks, when it leaks, when it drips, when it clogs.
When it doesn't turn on the way you want it to.
This is John from All Utah Plumbing, and what he does is everything you don't want to do as far as fixing your home. You got dripping, your water heater is dripping, it's rusted, something's going on, you don't know what it is. John is the guy to call. All Utah Plumbing. AllUtahPlumbing.com will give you more information, but really a phone call. Call them at 801-652-4755 for all the help that you need. All right, so Orrin Hatch.
Senator Orrin Hatch now, who of course is the longest serving Republican senator, they had just been talking to him saying, are you ready to retire? There's rumors that John Huntsman's son would like to run for your seat.
That
what are you thinking?
He is the United States Senate fossil.
Well, yeah, but he's also, I mean, there's always been the arguments that he's one of the most powerful senators, you know, on the Hill, and this gives a lot of advantage to Utah, a lot of questions. So public policy polling did a thing just checking with Utah and saying, what do you think? Are you a likely voter?
Right.
Are you going to vote? And they said that 71% of Utah's likely voters believe that Hatch should hang it up. 19% say that he should go for an 8th term. He's 82 years old. The man does not look it. He wears 82 really well. But
So he took it to the street. Watch.
What do you think of Orrin Hatch? What do you think of Orrin Hatch running for Senate?
I don't even know who that is. Never heard of him.
Isn't he dead?
Is he like dead or I don't know?
I don't know much about the guy, but he already, just the name sounds very douche, like a tyrant. I don't know.
As long as his mind is working and he isn't doing anything crooked or anything illegal, yeah, he should run for office.
What do you think of Orrin Hatch running?
I don't even know who he is.
Orrin Hatch is a worthless piece.
I think a lot of people think he's been in office too long.
40? That's like half his life.
I remember 6 years ago when he said it'd be his last term.
He might be dead before he even makes office, thinking of how old he is.
He originally ran on term limits, and you gotta imagine 6 years from now he's running for another term. And here we are, 6 years later, he's running for another term.
Wow, yeah, he needs to retire.
He is a period.
I think there definitely should be term limits on the Senate. Isn't he a senator here or something?
As long as he's still functional, you know, he's able to do his job, you know, with professionalism, you know. I think he will do a good job.
Well, why don't they put someone new in the office and get Hatch out of there? He's not really doing anything for us anyway.
What do you think of Orrin Hatch running for Senate?
Orrin Hatch is a Mormon.
I don't know who that is. His time is coming to a short end, and he should enjoy life with his family and not have to sit in an office all day, every day.
What do you think of Orrin Hatch running for Senate?
No comment.
I'd say he's out of touch. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of new issues popping up in the world that he's probably very unfamiliar with, and we need people who know what they're talking about with the situations. So,
Don't you think he's a bit old?
Super old.
I'll bet he's got a nicer house than I freaking do.
That is far too long. They should really let someone. I mean, I guess they could keep letting him do it though, because he's probably gonna die off soon enough that they might as well just let him live it out happy.
But he has set records for the longest serving Republican senator in history of this country, so that does tell you something. So I'm not surprised, bit disappointed, but not surprised.
I'm still trying to figure out which is my favorite. Was it the guy speaking into his ski pole?
That was, I think it was his umbrella, or the girl that said, that's like half his life.
82. That's like half his life, which is 164 years old. Which I'm not doubting that. What was the numbers again? You said
it's pretty intense. I mean, they're at this point it's over 70% saying, you know, dude, hang it up, let somebody else have a chance. But he is the longest serving in Republican history, so that's pretty impressive.
And he's walking, so
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
After that level of stress, I would be fed through a tube.
The sea monkeys of Utah, the Great Salt Lake, are under attack.
What?
Little history on sea monkeys, shall I?
This is terrible, yes, of course.
All right. First of all, sea monkeys are in the Great Salt Lake. It's brine flies, brine shrimp.
It's not like it is on the back of the comic books when you were a kid, though, when they had like the cute hot lady sea monkey.
On the sea monkeys,
Yeah.
right?
And you were supposed to be able to teach them tricks and stuff.
And Dad's mowing the lawn. Remember that? Dad's mowing the lawn.
It's not like that. Yeah, the Great Salt Lake is actually the predominant supplier of sea monkeys.
I think it's one of two places in the world. And so what they do is the sea monkeys, they actually take the brine shrimp eggs and then they dry them and then they put them in the sea monkey kit and you get them and you get to do that. But that's not the major reason. I mean, that's fun.
That's food, though, isn't it? Aren't they like fish food or something?
Japan, they buy them dried, the eggs, and so when they throw them into the pens, underwater pens of shrimp, they go down and they hatch, and the shrimp eat them. But because
so they're kind of like carnivorous then.
But because the brine shrimp don't die and they keep floating around till they're eaten, it doesn't make the water toxic like if you threw in regular food.
Oh,
if they
good
didn't
point.
eat it, poison.
Yeah.
So anyway, as interesting
I
as
did not know
is,
that.
and did you know that a majority of the ant farms, come from southern Utah?
Our big red ants, the mean ones.
Yeah,
good for you.
Fire ants. Okay, so
yeah,
here's
we're
the
gonna
deal.
teach your kids all about it.
This is why they're endangered, the sea monkeys, because a new thing has come along. Say that.
Bioluminescence.
Show that. There we go. Now, if you see here,
oh, beautiful.
This is kind of algae, right?
It's gorgeous.
And basically, if you've ever seen the or videos of a boat passing through water or someone walking through where this...
Oh, yeah, and the plankton are like moving around and it glows.
It glows.
So pretty.
And it glows behind ships, you see it, and it's not like you're crushing animals. It's plankton. It's actually phytoplankton. And that bulk is contained, it's sealed, and all you have to do is once in a while get it in the sun, photosynthesis, then you can bring it in.
Let them stretch.
And then at night, you just tap it or swirl it gently.
That's so cool. I want one.
I do.
I want one. Dinoflagellates, is that what they call them?
Well, sounds
I
like
want
gas
one.
problem. Yeah, so that's it right there. So I think...
I'm totally going to order
Who
this.
would not buy one of those?
Yeah, they're adorable. And you don't have to teach them any tricks. You just have to shake the bowl.
And it's not hard. They do.
Well, no, like that. No, just like
it's like you're
tap.
mixing a drink, right? No. So,
poor little
so
plankton.
they're under attack.
Well, I would prefer the dinoflagellates, I got to be honest.
I do
because really
too.
the sea monkeys were not all that exciting.
They weren't.
I feel like we were all a little disappointed in their
Speaking of being under attack, England is in for it. We'll tell you about it coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. And by Columbus Travel, the best travel deals on the planet. Be sure to take advantage of our April sale. columbusvacations.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin Morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com.
Happening in England as we speak. Poor Daisy.
Our beautiful newsroom. She's going to be going back actually.
She's weeping.
In 2 weeks.
She's weeping right now because the footing is going to be fairly treacherous. Because
the carnage.
A mild winter. These are the weirdest stories. I'm so sorry.
And you get so excited. That's the creepy part
I
to me.
do. But no one else would tell you about this. So
this is true.
So here I am. Mm-hmm. A mild winter. They are expecting an explosion in the populations of slugs and snails.
England is under attack by snails?
Uh-huh. Voracious appetites they have.
Oh, okay.
But here's Zoe, our daughter. This is the answer to their problem.
The secret weapon.
That is a 1-gallon storage bag, and it is chock full of snails. Now, before we show the video, Erin, would you like to explain how this
I have no idea how
happened.
this started, but basically, so we stepped on one once, and I said, no, don't do that, sweetie, because then all the little eggs just come out of the snail, and they still are there. She goes, oh, we'll pick them up and put them in a Ziploc bag. Now, you will notice, though, she did have, like, some nice green leaves in there. She wanted them to have a little snack.
And I appreciate it because they go right after my hostas, because I garden and the hostas get eaten, and once they're eaten, they look like that the rest of the summer.
And Zoe's
it's
very
horrible.
upset. She's like, I've tried to reason with the snails. They won't, so this is our next step. So we walk around the neighborhood after rain showers.
Like 10. She'd gather 10. It was like, yay. And then Erin got involved.
No, someone had to take her around the neighborhood. So now this kid will get like a Ziploc bag full. And people are used to us like digging around in their bushes, and they're like, yeah, hi, Zoe, hi, Erin. That's great. Then we place them on top of the garbage can, and we say, we're going to leave them here for the snail guy. The snail guy is going to come and take the snails up to the mountains for the snail jamboree, where there are many, many green things for the snails to eat.
We did. But, it's the jump that you made between getting a bag with 10 in them and then cruising the neighborhood for their snails. Something happened between those 2 points in your life that made...
Zoe's an overachiever. Her little legs grew and they got all longer.
It might be you. You led her down this path.
No, I really do think it was Zoe.
That was a Ziploc full of snails.
Spending my days knee-deep in mud picking up snails really was not my plan for quality time with my daughter.
She loves it.
I thought we were going to have that. And she's usually wearing like her Ariel outfit or,
Well, let's find out. Here she is.
This is Zoe. Zoe, what have you been doing?
Snail hunting.
And what did you catch?
Snails?
Well,
Let me
for
see.
Daddy to see.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And what are you going to do with those snails?
We're going to bring them up into mountains.
Uh-huh.
And then we have a snail jamboree, right?
Right.
And you put in some berries so they had dinner, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And they're eating them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the best snail hunter in the world?
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Uh-huh. Right? Who's the best? Is that the grossest thing you've seen in a long time?
But some of them are actually quite pretty.
Oh my!
Not the
That
studs,
thing
though.
is tight full. I mean, just barely zipped it. That's horrific.
Well, see, but at least we know Zoe's got a future.
All right, so
In England.
Spring's upon us. Hot weather today, 75 degrees. John from All Utah Plumbing. Well, he's going to teach us something.
So here we are at the air conditioner.
So now I'm going to show you the care that I want you to take care of on this. It's really nice that you don't have shrubs all over.
Does that affect it?
Big time.
Okay.
It needs to breathe. Okay, Todd, let's kneel down and I'm going to show you a few things. The air from the outside, out here, goes through the coil.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we like that you don't have anything around your, shrubs.
So this is like a radiator for cars.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
Exactly
All
like
right.
radiator. Then the fan sucks through and blows up, so it's good that you don't have anything above this. Otherwise, it could sit and recirculate and not be efficient at all. It'd be horrible.
All right.
And it's not good for the piece of equipment either. Now, as professionals, what we do, and I don't like homeowners do this, is we like take this completely apart.
Right.
We pull this off. We clean from the inside out and everything, and then we check each and every component that's on here electrically, and just how it's working. And
But that's above homeowners' pay grade, isn't it?
I think so,
Okay,
just because
all right.
it is 220 that we're working with.
And 220 volts hurts, my friends. I used to have straight hair.
And now it's time to get the hose, and I'll show you how to clean it out.
Oh, I'm getting the hose evidently. All right, well, here's the hose.
Okay, Todd. So really it's simple. I'm going to start at the front, and you just add an angle, always at an angle. Don't use a hose attachment
Right.
or anything like
Why?
that,
Why?
because we don't want to bend these.
Oh yeah, because these are soft.
Don't
Okay.
bend them. Stop touching them.
Oh, sorry.
Hey.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so you're just rinsing, basically kind of at a 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit more. And see how it's just rinsing the, cobwebs, different things like that, leaves.
So this makes it more efficient.
Correct. More efficient because it can breathe and just be able to really do its job. So Todd, what I want you to do is do just like this all the way around the unit 3 times a year. So spring, midsummer, and then the end of summer, something
Okay.
like that.
So on a scale from 1 to 10, how am I doing?
I think you're doing really good, Todd.
See, that's all you need to do. He's helping us. He's
Yeah,
helping us.
It's nice though because he does tell you the level of things that you can do for yourself.
Yeah.
And then when you get to the point where he'll also go, don't try that stuff anymore. Just call me. Because traditionally he'll pick up the phone whenever Todd calls and go, what have you broken now?
Anytime you're dealing with professionals, as soon as your eyes glaze over, that's when you need one. Okay,
Yeah,
so
probably
anyway,
so.
I'm so excited about this. So the Cubs won the World Series last year. And as soon as I heard the story, I was like, oh, that's right, they did. Since 1908.
Oh, are you kidding? This was
It
a
was-
miracle. We were bawling. Don't you remember how incredible it was? Just even if you don't even root for them, it was
Right.
just like you've waited so long. We're so happy for you.
And the Cubs were like, yeah, it was like, they can't do this. And the Cubs fans were like, this is the year. That was they're saying. And then later in the season, it was like, maybe next year.
Every single time. They were
did it.
plucky.
So
it was
their-
incredible.
Their home game the other day, they were all excited because you have this big pregame. The stands were packed. And they had this big thing where they actually take the pennant, which is a big flag. You might have seen them down at the Delta Center, which is still called the Delta Center. And they slow motion, and the lights and the fireworks, and they rise. The flag raises up in front of the entire stadium, and everybody gets crazy. And they were playing the Dodgers, and anyway, they had a rain delay. And I'm going to tell you what happened. Can I do that?
Coming up next?
Coming up next.
Merit Medical. Why work for fast food wages when you can start at Merit for a whole lot more? Merit Medical. Great products, great people, a great company. Learn more at merit.com/careers. The law offices of Robert J. DeBry and Associates, with offices in Salt Lake City, Sandy City, and St. George. Check them out at robertdebry.com. The Todd and Erin Morning stream is actually available anytime at gephardtdaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, Columbus Travel is having their big April sale, and I'm excited about this because if you haven't been planning on a vacation or thinking maybe you couldn't afford one, or you're kind of like listlessly going through the internet and trying to find some good airfares, why not think about just going there first and getting it over with? See, the nice thing about columbusvacations.com is you can go on, you can sign up for their newsletter, and they'll tell you all of the flash sales that are happening that week, the last minute ones. But to be honest, it's a lot easier just to go through them. The average customer saves $452 on their vacation by booking it through a good travel agency like this one, because basically Columbus has all the best deals. They can put packages together and save you a boatload of money. And boy, right now their cruise sale especially is freaking amazing. There's so many little extras that you can get, like free shore excursions or free drinks or free premium food, or kids even sailing free with you. All you have to do is go to columbusvacations.com for more information. Now, tell me about the Cubs, because this was
All right.
really a sweet experience last year watching them win.
So just to recap, they won the championship last year. It's opening game. They're going to bring that whole big thing at the beginning of the game, the whole flag and the pennant and everything. Crowd's going to go crazy, except for there was a rain delay, which means the crowd did not move, by the way.
After last year, no, they're there for the
glued
duration.
in their seats, and so during the rain delay, what did they do? On the big screen in center field, what they did is they showed a certain TV show. One of the people who retired, Grandpa Rossi, one of the heroes of the Cubs, joined the staff and the cast of Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, that's right. He's on Dancing with the Stars this year. So they were up last night.
And they all watched it. The whole crowd watched it.
That is
awesome. And they were cheering and going crazy. And in the bullpen, they were kind of ticked off. He didn't get a higher score. And they were all like, "Are you kidding me? He needed a 10. Oh my gosh.
Look at those feet, man. That's a move.
How perfect is that?
I love that combination, though. And you're right, though. There's a pleasing symmetry.
And he's much.
He's debuting.
And Rossi is much admired. I mean, they loved him.
Well, if you saw him last night, he was really charming. He's one of the most entertaining and fun sports figures they've had on the show.
What a strange combination, though.
But I love it.
It was
And
perfect.
you know the cheers were deafening, too. That's
it was perfect. And like every time he made a move, because he did fairly well, the crowd would go crazy.
I think that's wonderful.
This is a headline that's being repeated across the country for the last 100 years. This happened in Pennsylvania. Easter's upon us. Quaint little things. Your mom likes to hide eggs and stuff, and we have fun. We dye them, and you guys make treats, and we go out, and we have nice little calm Easter
It's gentle.
egg. Right.
Now, given our passion in radio for Todd and me, and by the way, if we're all just getting to know each other, Todd and I have done morning radio in this market in Salt Lake City for, 20 years? And so we have seen probably every possible permutation of an Easter egg hunt because we've been forced to host them. And there's a level of carnage in some of them
Okay, let me do this.
that you can't begin to imagine.
Pennsylvania, the volunteer fire department. So these are professionals. They've been trained somewhat. It's basically a controlled burn, but that's the way they work. And they've decided that they're going to call it off. They're going to call it off because of last
The big
year.
community Easter egg hunt.
We took an open field, like a soccer field, and we put some little stakes and some ribbon around saying
Like
this
these
is
are the 3 to 5 year olds.
and this over here is
These are the 6 to 9 year olds, so that we can have age separation.
And we had like 800 pounds of candy. All the eggs and all the specialties.
It was enough to turn everybody's blood to corn syrup within like a 16-mile radius. It's not like there was a lack of candy.
So we had a 20-person team of our a group taking boxes of this and just walking across that space and shaking them out, and there were hundreds of boxes. And then we said go. That's where things went terribly wrong. I actually saw a grown man hip check a 6-year-old to get a piece of candy. This is what it looked like.
Yeah. Precisely. No,
Right?
It was horrible. It was moms were clotheslining other little kids to get the eggs first for their 5-year-olds, and there was like weeping and wailing and children falling all over the place. There was one mom who actually grabbed the other kid's basket, shook it out in her kid's basket, dropped it, and walked off fast like that wasn't me. I don't know who
Yeah,
did
and I
that.
think she was even diabetic. She was just really mean.
And these are the parents. It wasn't the kids. The kids were all fine. They all stayed in their little uniform groups. It was the parents. They were pure evil.
And what set us up for this is the year before it went so well because that morning we had a spring snow and it was like 4 to 6 inches of snow. So we got on the radio and we said, come down anyway.
What the heck?
And come on down. And what we established was a drive-through Easter egg hunt where the cars were we all had ears on, and the cars would come around through the parking lot, 800 pounds of
And
candy.
we'd throw eggs into the open windows. It was awesome.
Not like this. We just throwing it in. I mean, the kids
But
were
it was
like
very
freaking
civilized.
out.
Yeah, it was very civilized, very well bred. And then the next year.
So there's 2 things we've learned. That's about it. Don't judge a baby contest, ever. And don't have an Easter egg hunt because parents are jerks.
I can't blame those firefighters. And it's too bad, too, because it's not really ever the kids that I've seen.
It's just horrific.
You must suffer because of your parents.
Matter of fact,
Sorry.
if you like contact sports, find an Easter egg hunt and go down to a tailgate and get some chairs, a couple beers, and sit back and enjoy the fun. It's like roller derby with candy.
It really, yeah.
It really
Actually,
is.
that's like the best description I think I've ever heard.
That's a great idea I just
It
came
really
up
is.
with. All right, so
That was
here,
evil genius.
I'd like to end today and end our show
Mhm.
with the newest, fastest roller coaster, and this happens to be in England.
Oh, I love these.
0 to 90 miles an hour in under 5 seconds.
Get out.
Which is pretty darn fast. Faster than almost every car I can think of, even the fastest one.
Yeah, I don't think the Teslas can do that.
5 seconds to 90. Anyway, right up there. And highest, tallest. So they had the first ride. And
can you imagine what you would do to be the first on that, like the first car on the roller coaster?
What an honor that would be. And as you'll see, these gentlemen dressed up in suits, and these people were being filmed as they went. And I want you to keep an eye on the guy on the left-hand side.
Okay.
And his neck. Let's watch.
Clothes like that. Oh, his face is all bloody. Oh, he's still good. He's like, I'm bloody. What the heck?
Oh my God.
That is
All
epic.
right, here we go. Slow motion. Guy on the left.
Ooh, ow. And he's going so fast the pigeon is stuck against his neck. Oh man. That poor pigeon. Now he's like, reaction shot. That is hysterical.
And then the hand goes back up.
I'm coated in blood.
He's like, a pigeon hit me.
Now you think he's gonna freak out at this point? Oh my God, I'm coated in blood. Oh dear Lord. And then he goes, woo! And he goes up again.
Yay!
boss.
If you're gonna get hit by a wild bird on a roller coaster, that's the way you do it.
You
by the way.
handle it like a boss.
And
That's
then after he
amazing.
got up, he's like. Hope you had a fun time today. This has been. Thanks very much for joining us.
Don't forget, you can also catch us anytime during the day or night on GetPartDaily.com because you know you're going to want to show the pigeon one to somebody. That was epic.
My gosh. All right, so thanks very much, Todd and Erin Morning Stream on Get Part Daily. Woo.com. Woo.